Prospects lie all the time. Let me explain. When you're in a sales meeting and you are trying to close a deal, sometimes the prospect might give you an objection like this. They'll say, I need to do some research. And the problem with this is it's very unclear on what research they have to do. Do they even have to do research? Or maybe they're just not interested in buying your product and services. And a lot of times, if you actually wait for them to do their research, they'll never come back to you calling and say, hey, Patrick, I just did my research and I'm ready to buy. That pretty much never happens. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna show you how to handle the objection, I need to do some research. And you wanna make sure you watch this video until the end, because if you do not know how to handle this objection, you might waste weeks, months of your life trying to chase deals that are not gonna go anywhere. What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick Deng here. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get started. Now, the first step when it comes to how to handle the objection, I need to do some research, is to understand where this sales objection is coming from. So there are two questions that you need to understand. Number one, what research do they really need to do? Number two, what's the real objection that they have and the real reason for why they're not buying, right? And like I said before in the beginning, prospects always lie. So when somebody says they need to do research, a lot of times that's not actually true. They're lying to you, and there's actually another reason for why they're not buying, but they're too afraid, or for some reason they don't want to tell you the truth. Now, when a prospect does give you this objection, you never want to assume as if you know what they're thinking, because we're not mind readers. We can guess, but we may not be correct. So the best strategy here is not to assume, but to understand where they're coming from and get to the truth, right? Sales is all about communication, and when you understand the truth, communication is a lot easier. So now that you understand where these sales objections are coming from, the next step is to actually handle these objections by knowing what to say. So let's say I am selling a recruiting software, right? Like a software as a service, and I'm trying to sell to a customer. We're towards the end of a meeting and I want to close them, but they're giving me the objection, I need to do some research. So I would say something like this. Okay, thanks for being transparent and letting me know. Now, I'm actually just curious, based on everything we talked about so far in this call, it seems like we're a really good fit to work together. So I wanted to know what kind of research you needed to do. Maybe I can help answer some of those questions now while we're talking on the phone. Now, this puts you in a really good position because logically it makes a lot of sense. If somebody like a potential client needs to do some research, why would they need to do research by themselves when they got the expert on the phone? They can just ask me, right? If you position yourself in that way as an authority, then it makes it really difficult for them to, deny that request. And now they have to give you a reason for why they're not buying right now and what research they really need to do. And maybe they don't need to do research, but there's another reason for why they're not buying. So whatever the case is, the whole point of asking that is really just to get to the truth. And you never want to have a negative attitude towards a prospect if they're lying to you, right? It's just natural, right? People don't always want to give you the 100% truth. That's okay. We have to accept that as sales and business development people. So instead, don't think of people lying negative. Just think of it as an opportunity to better the communication between you and them. So once you ask a question like that, the prospect might be saying something like, I need to check the pricing with other competitors. I need to review the case studies that you have on your website. It could really be any reason at this point, but the more important side as a seller is to understand what the reason actually is. So if the prospect, let's say they need to have their other meetings with competitors to see which one is the best fit for the best price, then now you understand that's the objection. And so you kind of go into the route of how you would handle that objection. But as you can see, if you don't position yourself as an authority and you ask them what exactly they need to research, then they never give you the truth. If they never give you the truth, you cannot handle the actual real objection, and it lowers your chance of actually closing the deal. Now, in the event where the prospect doesn't really want to answer your question, when you ask them, what kind of research do you need to do? Sometimes they don't want to tell you, right? They might say something like, I'll just kind of keep that to myself. So to combat that and to, further handle that objection and to look for the truth, here's what I would recommend you say. Hey Sarah, so usually when people tell me they need to do some more research, but they don't really want to share what research they need to do, it usually means they're not interested in moving forward with the deal. Is that the case here? And so when you ask a question like that, Sarah is put in a position where they have to tell you the truth. If they are interested, then they'll say, yeah, we're interested, but I need to check it over with my boss, or I need to do X, Y, Z. And now you got the truth. But if Sarah is not interested, they say, you're right, Patrick, I didn't want to tell it to your face, but we actually don't think this is a good fit for us to work together, right? If that's the case, either if you see that maybe there's miscommunication and you can bring the deal back, then you kind of handle the objection from there. But if you feel like, hey, it's not even a good fit for both sides, then you can kind of let the deal go, right? So if you ever feel like someone is telling you they're gonna buy, but they're really not, and they're kind of just leading you on, and you feel kind of weird about it, just say it, right? Just say, hey man, I get the feeling that, you're just kind of trying to learn a little bit more about, what we do and how we can help you, but it doesn't seem like you're fully committed to move forward with something like this. Now, I just want to let you know that if that's the case, that's totally fine. Feel free to let me know. And I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. I just want to do the right thing and help you if I can. So what is it gonna be? Depending on your style and how you do it, you can create variations of that. But essentially, how you feel on the inside in scenarios where it's either they're gonna do it or not, you have to say it and you have to find the courage to ask the hard questions. If they say no, totally fine. That's normal in sales, right? Most people are not gonna buy, most people are not a good fit. But if there's another reason for why they're not moving forward, then you can actually handle the real objection going on. And so with that said, that's gonna be how you handle the objection. I need to do some research. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you wanna see more videos like this. And make sure to check out my other sales videos. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this videos, and if you want me to make more videos about how to handle sales objections. So with that said, my name is Patrick Dang, and I will see you guys in the next one.